The world's facing some really big problems at the moment, and in order to solve those problems we need to understand the changes that are happening around us. To understand them we need data, then we need to process that data to understand what's happening in the world. We call that data processing and running the world and our businesses on data, Industry 4.0. Industry 4.0, and the 4.0 is a bit of a marketing term. So it's not really the fourth industrial revolution as such, it's really the evolution of the third into the one where rather than systems producing data, your business now runs on data. And that's the fundamental shift. And that brings in Internet of Things, digital twins, AI, machine learning, processing data in increasingly complex forms to enable businesses to be more efficient and to run better. Having an understanding of the context of data, so we call that metadata, and being able to look after large quantities of data and manage that data across different locations, so federating data sets together to enable you to bring together those data sets to create the AI models. And I often say that you can't have AI without IA, and IA is information architecture. So you've got to get your information and data in order before you can start to build machine learning models and AI systems. It's very easy to sort of be stuck in the computer box and in front of the computer screen, but to realize that data has physical manifestation out on a sensor in a field somewhere is very, very important. And I think keeping that connection with the reality of where the data came from, what it actually means, its context, is really, really important, and you don't get sort of washed away in the abstraction and then lose sight of it. People say that if you torture data enough, it'll tell you anything, and there's a risk that people get carried away and will do that, whereas I think grounding in reality really helps keep your feet on the ground. If we want to create a more sustainable, lower carbon, ethically favourable society, the only way to do this is by gathering data. I compare it to driving a car without a speedometer. You know you're going along, but you've no idea how fast. If you can see that you're going 30 miles an hour, now you know. So you put sensors out there, you can gather the data, you know how much power things are using, you know how much carbon dioxide they're emitting, those kinds of things. And initially you just gather a baseline data, you say that's what it is, don't be judgmental about it. And then you can say, right, year on year we're going to improve it by 10%, or we aim to halve this by 2030, or whatever the goal is. But unless you know what those numbers are, you're operating blind basically. So that is the first part.